lot of people were saying, oh, with melee leeway and all this shit, he's not gonna be able to pull it off, and like he fucking pulled it off. And then the same thing goes with apes. Like they got a 5-day Ragnaros.
That was it was incredible. I was amazed.
That's fucking insane. So my entire point is, let's fucking, you know, put these guys on a fucking pedestal. Let's make them legends. Like that's all I care about.
And, well, you also care about Shino method at the same time, right?
Yeah.
And that's the issue, right? And like I agree with you. Like
I can really believe that
for like a couple
Osmocote
hours, right?
is such a
Well,
crybaby.
because like, so what do you
And
think
what does
people are gonna
Method
do now?
add?
Do you think that they're gonna be like, oh,
I
wow,
think people
Otter-
are gonna get over it in
well,
like a week. To be honest,
celebrities,
like, I think people are all
think
up in their
about
shit right now
themselves.
because you reacted to the
If
video.
they think that they
you were
will,
clearly not
if
happy
they thought
about
that
it,
they are
and
good
then
in
the
this
whole chat's
game.
gonna go brigade my channel, and then you know all your
Probably
entire
they
fan
did.
base is gonna follow me around.
But
in
that
game
is
and be like,
all
you
time-
messed with my daddy, and like
Low.
Here's how we know
By
that's
Asmar,
not true. Here's how we know that's
that he attacks
We know what's
such a
not
way
that my fan
Pankrat
base isn't going to do
of
that,
that
number one, right? And this
you
is-
know that they are. though.
Hillary
Like,
is
they're
funny.
literally doing it
Okay.
for fan whispering.
method video.
The first video I ever reacted to on your
But
channel.
good drama,
was
good
when you were
drama.
calling me out for something I don't even
Yeah,
remember
and I
what it
still
was.
stand by every point that I made in that video. The
I
only
don't
reason.
remember what those are, so I don't even want to get into that right now. But
Okay.
the point that I'm making is that after that, you watch some of the other videos, there were 2 million dislikes from Asmongold fanboys. There are people who saying good video, nice job.
Well, because all of those fanboys don't watch my videos, but there's still every now and then there's some salty guy who comes on my fucking video and he's like talking about some bullshit and bringing the past up. Like, and you kind of just proved my point is that yeah, after like a week or 2 weeks, like it's over, right? Like people are just gonna forget about it. That's the way the internet works. It's
Like, yeah, it's like the event itself, right? But I think that you're just further and at this point, everybody's but like I think the entire distinction and everything is just completely creating this, like,
I'm not creating it though. It was there before I spoke about it, and I'm just highlighting, just like rubbing it into their face. Hey, can these guys do special Olympus or stop whispering me? Like,
listen, guys, doing that, it makes me
he's like, you're a fucking idiot.
well, I mean, like, it makes me look like a jackass, guys. I can defend myself. Okay? Like, I get 1,000 likes on Reddit.
And you know that like I like you, right? As a goal, but even if I try to poke fun at you, even if I try to poke fun at Sko or all these other people, it doesn't mean that I know like it's fucking good. You know what I mean? I go in my videos and I say, you know, guys, fucking roast me. Like I don't give a shit. Like you can roast me, you can talk shit about me, you can say whatever you want. It's all in jest. Like it's fine.
Right, and I try not to take things too seriously, too. I agree with you. I think that's a really good perspective to have. Honestly, a lot of people take the internet way too seriously. They get way too upset about it. But I still think there's a middle ground there where you shouldn't go out of your way to create animosity between two people. I think it's negative. It hurts everyone. I think the really classic Joker. Method at the end of his run.
And that was exactly what I'm doing. Like it was fuck you guys. He was basically saying fuck you guys.
What's the fuck you guys? You say fuck you guys.
I understand that it was, you know, he gave him a shit in bad revenue, for sure. But my point is that he did that not because he was trying to be nice.
Why create a relationship with people for no reason? And I think that, like, so really Joker like saying that, look, I want to make money there. I agree with you that effort should never be done. That was done within the set. And I'm glad that they went well, and they apologized for that. So we just it's not like they're just randomly like, oh yeah, that's actually I need to take this back. They took it back and they apologized for it. And also the people that were there were not necessarily that said that. Not necessarily employed. They were so I do think that
true, where like I want to talk shit, I want to make a joke, I'm gonna do it. And just because your fanboys are gonna, you know, mass dislike my video, like I'm not gonna hold back. And just because they said sorry doesn't mean they can't poke fun at the fact that they said what they said, or they can't poke fun at the fact that, you know, they had world first race to world first in their Twitch title and they're wiping in Zul'Farrak while Apes is fucking killing the dragon.
I think actually, like, so this is. I don't know if this is true.
That makes it even worse. That makes me dislike it more.
There are a number of reasons why I have a number of I've talked to people about that. You can go back, look up Adam Gomez. I made a video about it back in 2000. It's not like, you know.
I disagree. I go back to, you know, basketball in the 1990s. Basketball was the best when Michael Jordan and, you know, whoever he was going against was just total shit talk. Like real competitive nature and animosity. That's what made it so fucking interesting. But now the NBA is just like corporate fucking sell of bullshit. And you get fined if you say poop on the fucking court. Like, that's lame as fuck. You know, like for me, that level of competition, that level of, you know, fighting and, you know, hating each other and wanting to shit talk, like that's what makes it interesting. Like the fact that people were going into the method chat after and spamming themselves, spamming all of this bullshit, like that was amazing. I was following it on like the entire time and I thought that it was content was great. And it was like, it makes it more exciting.
I feel like, okay, so you're basically saying two different things, right? I agree with you in the idea that, you know, like 90s basketball and that kind of stuff, and it's same as like wrestling, right? People talking shit and like, you know, being aggressive towards each other. I do think that in a lot of ways that does kind of, it does kind of make things more exciting. Yeah, that is true. But there's also a certain degree of negativity that brings. And also it's Michael Jordan and whoever else saying it, not just some other random person, you know what I mean? And I think that whenever you have people that are community figures that are perpetuating this, and especially whenever it's done I think that like Michael Jordan...
Not though. So. You know, disingenuous in what sense?
It's disingenuous in a number of ways. Number one, like, so basically you're showing, like, so the clip that you're showing, right? Sko and then Apes killing Ragnaros
right.
and his weapons, yeah. And the assumption is that they're both competing for the same thing. That's not true. And
how is it not true? You're saying that as a host, just
this is a fact. It's a fact. That Sko is competing.
I guess. Why would you get in a competition? I don't understand. Like, why would you like be part of the world first race and not compete in it just to make money? Again, that's more to make fun of that, and that just justifies what I did even more.
Focus on stealing and not right? I mean, like, it's like two different crimes. I'm not like the severity is different, right? But like the idea is that, you know, focus on what they're actually doing and not so I
feel like we're going in circles. Like I feel like we're going in circles. The point is very simple to me. Like I just miss the old internet. And I play League of Legends. I played it for a long time. Every single time I steal the enemy guy's blue. I'm shit talking. I'm in his fucking head. I'm getting competitive, and you know it's a rivalry. And I get banned from the fucking game for that. And that's what the internet has fucking come from. My account is permabanned for talking shit on a fucking video game to the enemy jungler, and it's like everywhere I fucking go, I'm getting banned because I want to talk a little bit of shit. I want to banter. You go on YouTube, you say a fucking swear word, your video gets monetized. You know, like, I just want to say what I just want to have, you know, poke fun at the beast that you want to be. network is lined up with all this fucking bullshit, you will self-censor. And that's what's fucking case.
Everybody's
Yeah, to a certain extent, 100%.
Everybody's
that's what I'm fighting against.
In general, I think you know, have to talk about if method of talking
it'd be more just.
Oh, I would have come up with something like that. True.
Right.
That's why I think that it wasn't really fair.
But just them inherently being who they are, just them being that massive sort of like, you know, gaming structure, I guess we would call it, or world first guild, World of Warcraft, you know, iconic guild, and you know, being such a massive entity that they are, I feel like someone's got to poke fun at the beast. That's literally my outlook at the end of the day. Like, that's pretty much exactly what it's all about. Is just someone's got to poke fun at the beast and come in, you know, guns blazing for the, you know, the little guy, the apes, and just the fucking little guy. And so I'm just trying to bump up fucking apes, trying to bump up Joker. Like, I feel like a lot of people are gonna hate it, but a lot of people are honestly up to the end of it. Some people are sending me messages from this. Some people are sending me messages saying, dude, this is fucking sick, hold your ground. So it's like,
I think that you're rationalizing it by saying that Method's a big organization, and because they're a big organization, you can say negative things about them that aren't necessarily entirely true. It's okay because you're
I'm not even American. That's just what fucking American freedom is all about. Like, talk shit about the government. If you're in a tyrannical government, you can't talk shit about, you know, whoever the leader is. In America, you can say whatever the fuck you want.
well, I mean, look, not in America though. It's not, and even nowadays you can't even do that. And even then, and a million things are not even remotely saying you're doing that. But
yeah,
let's not pretend like it's that simple either. I don't think that it's really. I don't think that it makes the community better. I don't think it makes it better.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
I've said a number of times, I think
that you mentioned something that sorry. If you want to finish your point. Sorry. Well, remember Wreckful at BlizzCon, where he was fighting, what's his face? I forget. He was fighting Bloodman, and they were doing that cheesy strategy where they were just fucking, I know. And Wreckful was like, fuck this guy! Like, that's what it's about. If that's what World of Warcraft arenas were about, they'd be popular. If it wasn't about this, everyone's fucking happy, let's play the fucking dampening, and, you know, keep your fucking hands up your butt crack. Like, that's what fucking gaming is about. And you say that it makes it better if we all just tiptoe around each other and it, you know.
I think you just leave it to the players to start that fucking wrong.
That is not what it is. That's not what creates the fucking fight. It's about the competition. It's about the passion. That's what it's about. But I'm a player. I'm a fucking player. Why? I view myself as this fucking, like, entity. I'm not a fucking entity. I've been making videos for 3 fucking months. You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's true. But there's a difference between, like, yeah, I play basketball at my local gym, right? Like, I mean, that's what you said. I hear what you're saying, but like, I usually see people that are playing that to shit on the just adding to it.
I don't know. I mean, kind of, but man, whatever. If you want to say what I'm talking about. whatever they want to say. I don't care. Like, I don't think like, oh, you're only allowed to talk shit if you're in the actual match. You're fan on the fucking side, so you're a fan on the fucking side, and this is my opinion. I've been dealing with these fucking these retail players coming into my YouTube comments for fucking ever, talking shit about private server people, talking shit about the community, saying how trash we are, and how when classic releases we're gonna get fucking wrecked by Method, and when classic releases, you know, we think we're gonna do all this shit, but like we're actually fucking trash and all this bullshit. And I just felt like, holy fuck, this is vindication. We wrecked the world first, we wrecked world first level, we wrecked world first Ragnaros as a community, and voted for us. Let's fucking relish in the victory. That's literally it. Yes, it is we. You're not spamming we question mark. Yes, 100%. It's fucking we. It's the private server. 100% it's fucking we. Well, yeah, of course. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the more general point of people with, you know, the actual dynamics of the communities.
I feel like
Well, yeah, I mean, there's different people, right? This is targeted at the people who did think like that. That's what it is. And I literally pinned a comment in the on the video where it says, like, this is for all the people who've been constantly shit on the private server. Well, that's pretty much all it's about. I don't know. I don't really think like I have anything else to say, really. Like, I feel like I
like one way or another, I mean, like regardless of like this video or like what I feel about this video, and I can understand, you know, your point, and I agree with like the philosophy of your point, but also I think that hopefully you can see my perspective.
And you know what? If those people have a negative opinion, I mean, those people who can show up in the stream or support me, like I'm targeting the demographic, and hopefully my demographic comes back to me, and that's what I care about. Like, I'm not here to appeal to some special
Not enough.
well, I know, but that's pretty much my opinion. Those people weren't going to support me anyways, so why would I go out of my way and bend over backwards to appeal to those people when I have the people who actually like me, like my content, like my perspective? Those are the people that are going to support me, so those are the people that I'm going to fight for. It's like, you know, you fight for your constituents, I guess, in a certain way.
Well, I get that. I understand that. I think that, like, I mean, before I even looked at the video had a number of dislikes already, right? People said they had unsubbed. Well, people said, like, they had unsubbed from your channel, so I think that...
Yeah, it's not the first time.
No, it's not, but what I'm saying is that I think that it's not a unanimous thing that everybody in your channel and everything thinks it's a great idea, or in your
Oh,
fighting.
100%.
It's not entirely fair.
No, but that's exactly my point. My strategy has always been a massive, you know, a big pool, be relatively and try to target.
No, it's the same as me. Like, I made a video about on the bar and wow.
One thing, yeah, there's a lot of people that also dislike you, you know, and you're not.
Trust me, no, you're
bending over backwards to, you know.
No, and I don't think that I should. I even sometimes I go out my way to this but I don't necessarily think that's like I can admit that's like not always a great idea to do. Okay, well there you go. I think that's the same thing. I mean, like, I've had to deal with the same fucking problem with like people who are, you know, angry about like my opinions in like retail, and I said to like spit on people that bought store mounts and stuff like that.
There you fucking go, dude.
Yeah, well, you know, and I stand by that too. And
I stand by everything I said.
Okay, well that's fine. At the end of the day, I mean, I think it's important that people can go out and say what they're gonna say. Hopefully you can see where I'm coming from though, in terms of like, especially like creating animosity and you know, just like drama and everything like that. And I think that it's really just like an opinion of like, what do you want to do with your time and your videos and your channel, right? If that's what you want to do, then fucking do it. You know, I hate to say that, like, I think that,
100%.
yeah, that's a point where we can agree on.
And I don't focus on making videos like this. This was just one video to like push, to like stick it in. It was just one video to stick it in. The next video is probably just gonna be a normal fucking yo guys, punk out another video. So.
No, that's the exact same perspective I have. I mean, like, again, like, this is, like, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Like, this is the same shit that I used to deal with all the time in retail. Like, I think that it's different in a way, but it's also, I mean, the philosophy of it is the same. So, again, man, thanks for coming on and talking about it. And, whether we agree or disagree on this, I want this to take away from the fact that I get
Thank you. And, I do see where you're coming from, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but this is my opinion. That's it. So,
all right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, man. I'm going to go ahead and
have a good one, man.
I think you'll say that. I think I made a very good point. I'm wrong. It is what it is. It is what it is. I don't really get mad. I don't know. I see where some I do like now. I mean, like, here's the thing, right? Is that I do think, like, private workplaces, like, it seems to me like we have had some people doing tax workplaces that came in and they have done very well. And I don't, like, we can, if people really want, right, they're like, we haven't had enough drama today, we want even more of it. Maybe later on today, if I get bored, we can watch the Dodgy Kebab video, okay? But
Too far away.
right now, I don't really want to get into it. Censorship? Well, I think that everybody, like, there's a degree of censorship, like, unnecessarily harassing people and, like, creating animosity. I don't think that is censorship. I also feel like there are some things that you probably shouldn't say, right, or shouldn't do. Is that censorship? I'm not saying he can't do it, right? Censorship is something you can't do. Not censorship. Right? That's basically a conversation. I'm not trying to censor anything. I'm saying right? I'm not saying you should do anything like that. I just disagree with that, right? That's the point. Chris has right? Because I criticized everything that I do, right? The same as he does. Right? That's the same thing. We have 59. I'm not like, the thing is, like, when he got offended by people saying the private workplace suck, like this, oh, we don't want people getting offended anymore. Everybody says that, they say that until they get offended. They're like, whoa, wait a minute, whoa, what the fuck?
Too far away.
What? What? And then now they're mad. Right? And this is this. And everybody hates censorship until it's their thing. That's the truth. And that's why I do expect him coming out and talking to me about this, because very few people would do that, and I'm very happy to do that. It's uncommon. And why does it matter? That's such a silly, like, 0 IQ take. 3 IQ take. Everybody knows that we're talking about classic games first. That's like saying, somebody beat Mario. How can you get a speed in the world first 5 seconds in Mario if somebody beat the game 20 years ago? I don't understand. No one cares? You're right, no one cares. That's why they almost hit 100,000 views, right? Obviously I hosted them, so that's why, but they would have been like very with that video, without hosting them, doing that. That's why the world record of the most live viewers on any Twitch channel on all time, not of all time, no matter what, was hitting 6. But you're right, nobody.
Not ready yet. Need more rage, not enough.
The most underrated item.
Return home. The universe has been restored to its rightful order, and World of Warcraft can be fun again. It'll be hard to log off rather than hard to log in for the first time in almost a decade. Things are about to change for the better. Vanilla is basically an entirely different game, only similar on the surface to BFA. And one of the key differences is randomization. With this might come you might not know what the randomization
Servers back up.
Let's go over solely items because that's where
Yeah.
this is let's get into it. So the first LBRS. So at first glance, it may seem pretty average. It says chance to bathe your melee target in flames for 120 to 180 fire damage.
I feel like that'd be good for rogues, right?
But this item has its situational uses where it's actually quite good, and for certain classes, it's actually one of the best trinkets in the game. So in general, as
Wait a second.
pretty much any melee DPS, this is a pretty good trinket, especially in the earlier days when your character is less affected by power creep. The actual just flat damage from this is pretty significant. On a Fury Warrior, a Rogue, you name it, it's pretty damn good.
I think for a dual-wielding class, that'd be insane.
On Rogues, it's really good, especially in combination with your poison. So, as a Rogue, if you're picking up a Warrior, let's say, and you plate-wearing target since it's bypassing his armor. What's really interesting about this trinket is that it has crit, so the spell damage. Another interesting aspect is that you can monitor the really good we have simulation based on damage. It's actually one of the best trinkets and arguably one of the best slot trinkets for many raid tiers for red paladins. I think of this trinket as the welfare darkening card. Actually part of the black really surprising numbers. And it drops, then don't overlook it. It's quite good.
I would need roll on
this
that.
one for my vanilla veterans out there
Is
who
this
know
a shriveled
everything
heart?
about the game, every little detail, and are constantly correcting me, then
Okay.
you're probably gonna already know this one and find that it's really obvious. But for those of you guys that are actually newer to vanilla,
Some other
or never
random
really
weird
played it
item?
seriously and are really looking forward to get into it this time, this might be news to you. So
Carrot on a
there's
stick.
this item called Edgemaster's Handguards.
Oh yeah, apparently these are like ridiculously good. I had no fucking idea about this.
Unique sort of itemization style to them.
Yeah, this is insane.
Agility, nothing.
Are they actually this?
Weird. But if we take a look at the tooltip and we read, it says increases axes +7, daggers +7, and swords +7. That's referring to weapon skill. And weapon skill is probably one of the most important stats for melee in the entire game.
I wonder why they don't increase the mace stat by +7. That's the thing, is because they have axes and daggers and swords. Yeah, that's weird.
Higher level mobs, so bosses are level 63, and reduces the damage reduction on their glancing blows. So for single target boss DPS, these are pretty much the best melee warrior gloves in the game until I think Cthulhu. And it's a level 44 world drop, so you could pretty much get these while doing Zul'Farrak.
Yeah, you just buy them off the auction house, easy.
Game. And if you are so lucky to have that happen to you, you pretty much just
acid. Oh, what a crap! WoW Classic is ruining Blizzard.
I need to get closer. Need. Not enough. I can't do that yet. Not ready yet. far away. I'm out of range. Too far away. I need to get closer. Too far away. far away. I'm out of range. I'm out of range. Too far away. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. I'm out of range. Not ready yet. Too far away. I can't do that yet. Not enough. Need more. range. Too far away. Need more. to get closer. Too far away. I need to get closer. I'm out of range. I need to get closer.
Let's put this video again. It went.
The actual high-end
I
players
missed
that
it
are
a
really
little.
good at this game
Maybe from here.
and vindicate what they're saying, which you earlier said was clearly your intent of the video itself.
Wait, what? You're being quite vague with what you're saying. What is specifically?
Oh,
Like
sorry,
private server
well-
players?
Well, yeah, you're
I mean,
basically...
have they not been vindicated? That's what I'm confused.
Well, I don't see how they haven't been vindicated, right? But I also think that you, like, let's both be honest here, okay? Method did this event to make money,
Yeah.
right? Was
Right.
Method actually competing for World First 60 or World First Rankings? Were they or not?
I mean, their literal titles seem
But were
to
they?
imply
But were
something.
they?
That's what
Let's be real, but were they?
I would think so. I mean, I guess maybe not. You think that it's just a front, just so they can make money, have corporate sponsorships appearing on their stream? Dude,
Yes.
guys, stop whispering me in game. I don't give a shit.
Yes, I think that's exactly what it was. I think
Well,
that's
then
exactly what it was.
that's even more to make fun of them, in my opinion. That's even
Well,
that's
just making fun of
more to
a
make
wrong
fun of.
thing, though. I mean, like,
Then okay, then maybe the video should have just been fucking Red Bull logos all over the place with Sko's fucking face.
well, I mean, I don't
need
know. I feel
something?
like you could just make it a completely different context, like because like the guilds that are competing on retail didn't go
Safe
over and
travels.
compete on private servers. I mean, as far as I know, they didn't. So, I mean, I don't see the point in that. I mean, why create a rivalry that doesn't
Because
exist?
I'm not trying to please everyone.
Asmongold really doesn't make any sense in that he tries to argue that Pankrat tried to make some kind of rivalry. When the fact is that of course there was a rivalry. There was a competition. There was this method privileged streamers, and then there was this kinda hidden, unknown private server community who loved this vanilla kautta classic WoW. Who truly loved it from their heart. It was not some popular cool stuff to profit for them. Some new stuff to
Well
profit
met.
on.
Farewell.
Those private server people, they were not playing this game because of money. They probably have lost money because they have played this game. Because they could have been somewhere else earning money. So they have made trade-offs in order to be able to do more what they can, want to do, what they love to do. And if you have played years in a private server and you are a player who wants to improve yourself, you probably have become quite good in this game.
Light be with you. Light bless you.
And then you get a chance to show that, hey, I can play this game. I am in this game better than you are. This game has been life for me. Not some freaking career. And this is my chance. I can get my name in the history of gaming by being in the team who makes the world's first runners and Onyxia kill. And if I do that, I will probably have some very memorable moments, making it very worthwhile for me. That was, I guess, the thing for private server people. Of course, the added bonus chest loot was that they could show in the same time to that method that, hey, sorry guys, you are not the masters of this game, because we are the masters. And that's it. And good for them, they earned it. There is no question about that. This is just freaking ridiculous how that Asman do the attacks that Pankrat. Did he really went? Did Pankrat really go so much under his skin with that video? Which was, by the way, very good video. It was very fitting, it was very fitting. It is good to show people, never forget that what Asmon said that basically, I don't remember the exact words, but the message was this: private server people suck. Method are pro players. Who will win the race for world's first? Sucky private server noobs, amateurs or professional players with companies behind backing them.
Go with honor, friend.
Only an idiot had any doubts on that what would happen, and complete retard would think that the method would win that kind of race. If those private server people just choose to go for it, they could have chosen that no, we have better things to do. We don't have time for this. And then Methodful that got their world's first backed by companies while they are doing it as a job.
What can I do for
Making it
you?
actually very easy for them. You don't have to do anything else but to play this freaking game.
Have a good one.
Amateur is a word which originates from Greek language, if I remember correctly, and it means something about like because of lava. It has just got a bad reputation, that amateur word, in nowadays, because pro is so overrated word. Just because you do something as your work, you are paid of it, doesn't mean that he would be good on it. Or if he in general makes his job about better than people in average, it doesn't mean that it will be necessarily a very good job. But that whole thing is so stupid that it is beyond my comprehension skills. The only thing why it would be a good thing would be if Asmongold is like double agent, that he is actually purposefully raising drama over this game, because this game needs drama, this game needs big drama. And this game should be on headlines, and it won't happen without drama, or at least better headlines and more headlines will come when there is drama. Drama is like viihdettä. Drama is, I don't know what is the English word for viihde. Drama is good stuff. There are TV series which are drama, there is movies which are drama. Drama is very appreciated and interesting and engaging and all kind of this kind of things, which make it so popular in culture, movies and books and video games. There is drama in video games. WoW needs absolutely drama, and those streamers are very good persons to be stars in that drama.
I don't have a target.
So if Asmongold would be very intelligent, he would just rise the drama. What he can be doing, it is perfectly possible that he is doing it intentionally. And if so, very good. I have been enjoying it. I give my appreciation for this current drama. It has been fun.
Well met. Be careful.
quest done.
Everyone. I'm not trying to be, you know, I'm not trying to be PewDiePie. Like, I have no intention of being like this Twitch famous guy who's like, you know, fucking bro fisting on camera and shit. Like, I don't care. I love PewDiePie, by the way. I fucking love PewDiePie. My point is, like, I have no intention of being this, like, I'm gonna try to appease everybody and, you know, market myself to the masses. And like, I don't care about that. I'm who I am unabashedly. And what you see is what you get. And in my videos, I've held back a little bit because, you know, if I don't, then my videos get demonetized or deranked. So I literally have to.
I mean, obviously,
But,
like, you can say that, right? Like, oh, I am who I am. But if you go around, like, saying a bunch of negative shit to people, you can't be
What did I say that's negative? What did I say?
Well, you can't be surprised whenever people say, we don't like who you are, stop
Then
being
that's
who you are because we don't like it.
Then don't like
You're
me.
being an asshole. Like, I mean, and that's
How am I
what
being
I'm
an asshole?
I'm not saying that you can't be who you are, but you also can't say that other people can't be who they are. And
Asmongold is now contradicting Asmongold is a religious hypocrite. One of the biggest hypocrites I know. He himself is a total and complete asshole, which carries pride of that asshole. He's bold because of that assholeness, but he is.
How are ya?
Now he is blaming that Pancrat is asshole and pretending like he would be some kind of white knight who intervened in this in this, but there was nothing, there was just one video by one streamer, but Asmongold make it like viral. Asmongold made it like viral by doing this drama of what he is doing. Yeah, that's what he did. So there is saying storm in teacup. That is what Asmongold did. Asmongold made storm in a teacup. But yeah, drama for the sake of drama. Why not?
See you soon.
This is disgusting. This is disgusting how this man over here pretends that he is the good guy. He is the good guy of the WoW community, and Pancrat is the bad guy. This is disgusting. This is so disgusting that I honestly don't know which is more disgusting in what is more disgusting in the history of WoW. Pretending to be something what you are totally not, of what you are opposite of, and blaming someone to be what you are yourself in real. Asshole. And that's so disgusting. That is so totally disgusting and low life.
call you out for who you
No,
are.
I literally never said that though. They're totally you know, I respect their opinion. If they don't like me, then that's fine. They can just not like me.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but
I'm not going to bend over backwards because retail players are salty that I poked fun at Method.
Retail players aren't salty. Like, I'm not a
That's what it
retail
feels
player.
like.
I play retail, I play classic, I play WoW. Like, I mean, I played WoW back in vanilla. Anybody who has any common sense wouldn't like this. This creates unnecessary animosity in the community. It makes things more negative.
There's a lot of people that do like it.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, there's plenty of people.
So, but you literally just said anybody with common sense. Don't you think that's a bit,
I know, and there's a lot of people without
narcissistic?
it. No, I don't think so at all. I think there's a lot of dumb fucks out there, and a lot of them love Jerry.
Everyone who disagrees with you is a dumb fuck.
Most people, yeah, I think so in this circumstance.
Okay, so most people who disagree with Asmongold is a dumb fuck. Or
Is that what I said?
Well, you literally, I asked you that question. You said, yeah.
Well, disagree with me, and you're making this a broad statement. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that if you think
I'm trying to clarify. I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Let me clarify for you then. What I'm saying is that if you make a video that is creating an unnecessary animosity between two people who have no real animosity towards each other for any reason, in order to further some sort of agenda that you have.
Okay, but that's not true.
Okay,
like you're
so
saying, there's no animosity.
Okay, there's no animosity. So where's the animosity between Method and Apes?
Oh, that's different. Okay. No, in that case, you're right. But I'm talking. This is largely about private servers. I'm using Method almost as a conduit. Like I'm not using. It's not literally about Method. I'm using them to represent a greater sort of like meta point, if you know what I mean. Like it's about private server versus retail. That's what the battle is all about in my mind. In my mind, you know, it's a war between two tribes.
Don't you feel like? I mean, like, how can you say that? Like, I don't really think that it's fair for you to say that, like, SCO. I mean, SCO is like probably the worst example you can use. SCO cleared Nax in vanilla WoW. SCO accomplished more than either one of us in vanilla WoW. How can you call him a retail player? Like that's
again, it's not even about SCO. I never called him a retail player.
Well, he's in the video.
It's about it's just some dumbass fucking meme. It's not to be taken so seriously. It's not to be taken so seriously.
Well then why are there huge Reddit threads and people commenting about it and like thousands of people watching it? You can't just say it's just a joke, right?
Well, it is literally just a joke, though. Like, that's literally what it is.
Well, if it was, I don't know. I think that you mean it in an honest way to an extent, right? You're using it in a joking manner, and you're making jokes about them, but the message that you're trying to get across is genuine. So just because you're making fun of somebody and making fun of them, the act of making fun of somebody is a joke, it doesn't mean that
I'm not making fun of somebody, though. Like, I'm not making fun of somebody. It's literally just, like, at the end, I literally joke, Grats Joker D and Grats Apes. Like, the entire video was just to,
well, so did Method said. They said the same thing.
Well, I'm sure they did. But again, the entire video was just, people shit talk, these private server communities and private server people for whatever their accomplishments are. And the entire point was to just, all right, well, let's bump these guys up. That's literally all was, let's give these guys their place at the table. Like, these guys are going to be legends. Like, Joker D is now, he's a classic legend. He's the world's first guy. He killed it. Like, fuck yes, dude. Great job. A lot of people were saying, oh, with melee leeway and all this shit, he's not going to be able to pull it off. And, like, he fucking pulled it off. And then the same thing goes with Apes. Like, they got a 5-day Ragnaros.
That was it was incredible. I was amazed.
That's fucking insane. So my entire point is, let's fucking, put these guys on a fucking pedestal. Let's make them legends. Like, that's all I care about.
And, well, you also care about shit on Method at the same time, right? And
yeah.
That's the issue, right? And like, I agree with you. Like,
I talked
about this for like a couple of hours, right? Well, of course it is, because like, so what do you think that people are gonna do now? Do you think that they're gonna be like, oh wow,
I think people are gonna get over it in like a week, to be honest. Like, I think people are all up in their shit right now because you reacted to the video, you were clearly not happy about it, and then your whole chat's gonna go brigade my channel. And then, all your entire fan base is going to follow me around in game and mess with my daddy.
Here's how we know
more interesting.
Here's how we know that's not
makes more sense.
We know what's not true.
That's ridiculous.
Right?
You know
stuff
like they're literally already doing it.
Okay.
Fan whispering.
Listen. The first video I ever reacted to on your channel was whenever you were calling me out for something. I don't even
Yeah,
remember
and
what
I
it
still
was.
stand by every point that I made in that video. The only
I don't
reason.
remember what those are, so I don't even want to get into that right now. But
Okay.
the point that I'm making is that after that, we watched some of your other videos. There were not a million dislikes from Asmongold fanboys. There were people just saying, good video, nice job.
Well, because all of those fanboys don't watch my videos, but there's still every now and then there's some salty guy who comes on my fucking video and he's like talking about some bullshit and bringing the past up. Like, and you kind of just proved my point is that yeah, after like a week or 2 weeks, like it's over, right? Like people are just gonna forget about it. That's the way the internet works.
Well, no, what I mean is like, yeah, no, the event itself, right? But I think that you're just furthering the animosity between retail and quote private server players, right? And at this point, it's not even a distinction anymore. Everybody playing either classic or retail. Like, there's no private server players anymore. It's a community of people that used to play in private servers. But like, I think the entire distinction and everything is just completely, it's negative for no reason. And you're creating these rivalries where there are none.
I'm not creating it though. It was there before I spoke about it, and I'm just like rubbing it into their face. That's all it is. Okay, can these guys from Special Olympus 4 stop whispering me? Like, please.
Real Special Olympus, Jesus Christ. Guys, listen, guys, can you stop doing that? Like, it makes me look like a jackass, okay?
He's like, you're there, fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, like, it makes me look like a jackass, guys. I can defend myself. Don't worry about it, okay? Like, I get 1,000 negative Reddit comments about myself every day. Like, don't even worry about it.
And you know that, like, I like you, right, Asmongold? Like,
yeah.
even if I try to poke fun at you, even if I try to poke fun at Sko or all these other people, it doesn't mean that I hate them. Like, it's just a fucking joke. You know what I mean? Like, I go in my videos and I say, you know, guys, fucking roast me. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, you can roast me. You can talk shit about me. Say whatever the hell you want. Like, it's all in jest. Like, it's fine.
Right, and I try not to take things too seriously, too. I agree with you. I think that's a really good perspective to have. Honestly, a lot of people take the internet way too seriously. They get way too upset about it. But I still think there's a middle ground there where you shouldn't go out of your way to create animosity between two people. I think it's negative and bad for the community, and it hurts everyone. I think that really...
What Asmongold is doing here, he is actually defending the celebrity status of he himself and Method and Estefan whatever and those Twitch World of Warcraft celebrities. This new kid on the block, Pankrat, he's outsider as for now, and a threat because he has begun to got some followers and hence he is gaining influence. And if he does not bend over for Asmongold and Esfand, then he is surely a threat for them. And that video what he made was a very good example of that he can be very chaotic in his ways and dares to ridiculate the establishment and point out the files they have done, like Asmongold saying that Method will win for sure and private server more players are stupid and can't play the game. It is, and now Asmongold is mad because of that. It is so, this is actually this is so freaking stupid that, but still fun nonetheless. Both of those guys, Asmongold and Pankrat, are assholes, by the way. They are not nice
classic
guys,
is
they
a
are
time for
assholes.
people to come together and congratulate and build each other up. And the ironic thing about it is that
But
Joker,
for some
obviously
reason,
this was kind of a big dick move, right? It was
assholes
kind
get
of like
followers
flexing on him thing.
and
But
women.
Joker hosted most of it at the end of his run.
And that was
It is good to be
kind of
asshole.
doing exactly what I'm doing. Like it was like, fuck you guys. He was basically saying, fuck you guys.
He was saying,
for
fuck you
things
guys.
that
He
I
was saying,
couch
fuck you guys, here's 200,000 viewers.
I understand that it was, you know, he gave him a shit ton of ad revenue for
Yeah.
sure. But my point is that he did that not because he was trying to be nice.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, method, and like, this is what I'm saying. Like, I think that's completely fine. I think he is trying to be nice to an extent, right? Because, like, why?
Who cares of method? Why should I care about method? What's the reason? Why should I care of them? If I asked Asmongold, why should I care of method? He would probably say that because method is good for the game. This is a very common argument by Asmongold, which he uses. That something is good for the game or something is bad for the game. It is very understandable that Asmongold uses that kind of argument because his interests are in this game, his career is in this game. So of course he should think about it a lot. But because he is what he is not, he is doing also emotional choices and agendas and directions which are just, which he does just because he enjoys doing that, and he justifies them by saying that it is good for the game. Basically, Asmongold is doing only good for the game. He would never admit that he has done something bad for this game. I don't know, has he done anything bad? Probably he has done bad to this game because he shows that asshole example which many of his fanboys will copy. And actually the whole community of World of Warcraft is like a mirror of Asmongold. City, sociopathic, psychopathic, narcissist, very self-centric, like most bad community ever. That is WoW community. Deep witting. Completely rotten. Almost completely. There are good things, but the basic thing is completely rotten. Rotten to the core. And what is interesting in Asmongold is that is he a product of WoW? Or how much, in what way he would be different if he never ever played WoW? That I would like to know. But because your surroundings and people around you, they affect you. Asmongold has got influence of this World of Warcraft. He has become influenced by it, and then he has influenced other people with this city the worst of humanity. World of Warcraft. That's a fact. Nobody is totally resistant to surroundings and people with whom you live. Nobody's totally resistant. But Asmongold, Asmongold has embraced that woke community shittiness. I don't have myself. I myself. I would of course like if the community will be better, but it is not all that bad. There are of course good people too and stuff, but yeah, in general there's a lot of room for improvement. Damn, I have crap lots of stuff here.
I create a negative relationship with people for no reason. And I think that, like, so them accusing Joker of saying that, I want to make one comment there. I agree with you that was a mistake. Method should have never said that. That was dumb of them to say. And I'm glad that they went back.
The repercussion.
Well, and they apologized for that too, also. So we should keep that in context as well. It's not like they're just randomly like, oh yeah, that's actually true, and we won't, take this back. They took it back and they apologized for it. And also the people that were there were not necessarily, that said that, were not necessarily like employed by Method. They were employed by Method, but they were paid for that event. They're not traditional Method employees that are like Method, whoever their name is, right? And so I do think that does matter to an extent.
Sure, but I also think the opposite is true, where like, I want to talk shit, if I want to make a joke, I'm gonna do it. And just because your fanboys are gonna, mass dislike my video, like, I'm not gonna hold back. And just because they said sorry doesn't mean we can't poke fun at the fact that they said what they said, or we can't poke fun at the fact that, they had world first race or race to world first in their Twitch title and they're wiping in Zul'Farrak while Apes is fucking killing Ragnaros.
Well, I think actually, like, so this is, I don't know if this is actually true, but apparently I think they have like race to world first and trademark, so that's why they had it. But I don't know if this is true.
That makes it even worse. That makes me dislike them even more.
Look, there are a number of reasons why I have a number of problems with Method, okay? And I've talked to people about that. You can go back, look up Asmongold Method. I made a video about it back in 2016 or 15 or something like that. And so it's not like you're alone in calling out Method for doing things. It's just that I think that creating an unnecessary rivalry and increasing the amount of toxicity and hate between private server and retail players doesn't do anyone any favors. It makes the community worse, and it's not really fun for anybody. Like, people are just getting mad all the time.
I disagree. I go back to basketball in the 1990s. Basketball was the best when Michael Jordan and whoever he was going against was just total shit talk, and it was like real competitive nature, and there was animosity, and that's what made it so fucking interesting. When now the NBA is just like corporate fucking sellout bullshit, and you get fined if you say poop on the fucking court, like, that's lame as fuck. You know, like for me, that level of competition, that level of, you know, fighting and, you know, hating each other and wanting to shit talk, and like that's what makes it interesting. Like the fact that people were going into the method chat after and spamming salt and spamming all of this bullshit, and it's like that was amazing. I was following it on my Twitch the entire time, and I thought that it was content. It was fucking great, and it was like it makes it more exciting.
Yeah,
I feel like, okay, so
that's true.
you're basically saying two different things, right? I agree with you in the idea
People
that,
don't have to-
like 90s basketball and that kind of stuff, and it seems
People
like
don't have
wrestling,
to
right? People talking shit and like, you know, being aggressive towards each
behave
other.
like
I do think
method
that in a
will
lot of
be
ways that
some
does
sort
kind
of
of it does kind of make
guard
things more exciting. Yeah, that is true.
for
But there's also a
average
certain degree of
role player.
negativity that brings.
They are
and also,
just-
it's Michael Jordan
they are just
and
players.
whoever else saying it.
They are
not
nothing
some
else.
other
They are
random
just
person,
players.
You know what I mean? And
They
I
have
think that
a
whenever
job.
you have people
Their
who
job
are
is to play
community
well.
figures that are perpetuating this, and especially whenever
Average
it's
players,
done,
they have jobs too,
disingenuously.
but it is not
And I think that
to
like Michael
play well.
Jordan,
Not though.
of course it is.
I don't think so.
Of course it is.
All right. Well, you know,
If you
disingenuous
choose
in what
a
sense?
job,
It's disingenuous in a number of ways. Number one, like, so basically
Playing
you're showing,
well.
like, so the clip that you're showing,
Then
right?
you
You're
must
creating a
also
juxtaposition between SCO and then apes killing Ragnaros.
Right.
And
accept that
yeah.
it
And
is
the
very
assumption
different
is that they're both
job.
competing for the same thing. That's
People,
not true.
people
And
do not.
you-
How is it not true? I
People
don't know.
owe
You're,
nothing
you're saying that as a
just
as a
because
post
you are-
of justification.
and this is a,
playing
no, this
well.
is a fact.
That's
It
your
is a
daily
fact.
job.
Do you actually think that SCO is competing
People owe
for
you
World
nothing.
First Ragnaros?
And you don't deserve to
Yes.
get any special treatment.
Why wouldn't they? Why would
Better
you
you
get in a competition
Are
with
part of the
intent to
game,
lose?
one player among other players.
Like I don't understand. Like why would you,
Or you must
like
go
be
away.
part of the world first race
If you don't
to
want
not
to
compete
be
in it just to
a
make money?
player
And again,
among
that's more
other
to make fun
players.
of then, and that just justifies what I did even more in my mind.
Does it? It's like you're accusing somebody of like murder whenever they stole something. Focus on stealing and not the murder, right? I mean, like, it's like two different crimes. I'm not like the severity is different, right? But like the idea is that, you know, focus on what they're actually doing and not creating like invisible things and like fake stuff that didn't happen. Like, so I agree with you. Like, I mean, yeah.
I feel like we're going in circles. Like I feel like we're going in circles. Point is very simple to me. Like I just miss the old internet. And I play League of Legends. I played jungle for a long time. Every single time I steal the enemy guy's blue, I'm shit talking. I'm in his fucking head, and I'm getting competitive, and it's a rivalry, and I get banned on the fucking game for that. And that's what the internet has fucking come from. My account is permabanned for talking shit on a fucking video game to the enemy jungler, and it's like everywhere I fucking go, I'm getting banned because I want to talk a little bit of shit. I want to banter. You go on YouTube, you say a fucking swear word, your video gets demonetized. You like. It's just fucking bullshit. I just want to say what I fucking want. Like I just want to have, if we want to poke fun at the beast and we want to meme, like I'm gonna fucking do it. And that's literally all I did.
Listen,
That's literally all I did.
you can go back. You can watch my videos from like 2012 that I have on my second channel. You were preaching to the choir here. I wish that I could say whatever
Yeah,
I
but you
wanted.
hold yourself back entirely. You
Of
believe
course I
one
have
thing, but then because your pocketbook is lined up with all this fucking bullshit, you have to self-censor, and that's
So
what's
it's
fucking
yours.
shitty.
Everybody's
Yeah, to a certain extent, yeah, 100%. And
Everybody's is.
That's what I'm trying to fight against, personally.
Okay. I mean, like, that's something that we can agree on. I think that, yeah, in general, right, in general, I think people are too sensitive. And in a world where, you know, you had this shit talk going back and forth, I think it'd be fine. I just think that it's creating an unnecessary, like if Method had talked any shit to Apes or any shit to Joker, right, without apologizing for
It'd be
it,
more
any of that,
justified.
oh, I would have completely been like, yeah, true, dude, 100%.
You're right.
But just because they didn't do that, that's why I think that it wasn't really fair. For you
But
to do
just
that.
them inherently being who they
Okay,
are, just
no,
them being that massive sort of
Mega.
like, gaming structure, I guess we would call it, or world first guild, World of Warcraft, iconic guild, and being such a massive entity that they are, I feel like someone's got to poke fun at the beast. That's literally my outlook at the end of the day. Like that's pretty much exactly what it's all about. Is just someone's got to poke fun at the beast and come in, guns blazing for the the little guy, the apes, the just the fucking little guy, and that's all. I'm just trying to bump up fucking apes, trying to bump up Joker D. You know, like I
think
feel like a lot of people are gonna hate this shit, but like a lot of people are on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, and they're sending me, you know, some people are sending me message from Special Olympus, and some
Listen,
people
those
are
people
sending
that are
me
doing that
messages
are on the
saying,
spectrum.
dude,
I
this
agree with
is
you.
fucking sick. Hold your ground. So it's like
Right, yeah.
there's both ends of the spectrum, and
Of course, yeah. Everybody has different opinions. I think that you're rationalizing it by saying that Method's a big organization, and because they're a big organization, you can say negative things about them that aren't necessarily entirely true, which you know are not entirely true. And it's okay because they're a big organization, and you're doing it under the guise
I just
also
opened a bottle of
thinking that you're
Dr.
promoting other
Pepper.
people and helping them out by
this is
creating.
fucking America, dude. This is fucking America, right? I'm not even American, but that's just what fucking American freedom is all about. Like, you can talk shit about the government. If you're in a tyrannical government, you can't talk shit about, you know, whoever the leader is. In America, you can say whatever the fuck you want, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, I mean, I look. You're not in America, though. That's the thing, and it's not. And even nowadays, you can't even do that anymore. And even then, you couldn't. There's slander and libel and a million things. And I'm not even remotely saying you're doing that. But
yeah,
let's not pretend like it's that simple either. I don't think that it's really. I don't think that it makes the community better. I don't think it makes it stronger. I think in general, there should
disagree with that.
Okay, well, there should be rivalries. I totally agree with you.
I disagree with that.
And I've said a number of times, to go into your point, to agree with you, I've said a number of times that I think that the way that the arena tournaments are, whenever one team wins and they say, hey man, yeah, good game, dude, I hope you had a good time. I had a good time too. Thanks a lot for playing.
Okay, wait, actually, you mentioned something that well, sorry. Well, if you want to finish your point.
That's
sorry.
fine, you go.
Well, remember Wreckful at BlizzCon, where he was fighting, what's his face? I forget.
Shaman, right?
He was fighting Woodman, and the Shaman, they were doing that cheesy strategy where they were just fucking,
Yeah,
like,
They are just mumbling now there. They are on the same page, but there is this thing that Asma wants to be a boss. So let's see that video. The part
Actual
of it.
high-end players that are really good at this game.
Let's see what Asma will
Like,
say.
fish in a small pond. Server players try to that's gonna happen. Like, I don't know why you would try to say that it's gonna happen.
Dust by tons of players and guilds they've never even heard of. It will be glorious. With all the
I really don't think that's gonna happen. Like, I don't know why you would try to say that. I mean, to compare, like, the amount, like, the level of skill and how good somebody is in Method versus the top private server players.
Listen.
They're just big fish in a small pond. Like, the actual high-end players that are really good at this game, like, they wouldn't even hold a candle to anybody that's, like, in Method. Right? They're not even remotely close.
Right now is 2%,
Listen.
1%, and will die.
Asma could say that they are not even remotely close.
A world's first.
My goodness.
Ragnaros kill.
And what happened? What happened?
Has just taken
Has
down.
defeated the Fire Lord of Ragnaros with the alarm going off in the studio here.
This is awesome video.
Ragnaros has been killed by the guild Apes.
Congratulations.
Received an onslaught girdle, which is an incredible item.
That is a tremendous effort. 5
This is
days,
big
1
thumbs
hour,
up.
45 minutes,
Oh,
34
yeah.
seconds locked in by Apes for the world first classic World of Warcraft.
And look at that name, Apes.
Really, this is really.
Apes
really
did it.
Absolutely
It's
impressive.
really insane.
It was Apes.
To this level of dedication that's necessary to get that world first kill, whether it or world first in general.
Hello, my old chum. I'm not a gnolf. I'm not a gnoblin. I'm a gnome, and you've been gnomed. 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 Gnomed.
This is boring. This last far too long. That was beautiful. That's it. End of the story. Spanish culture.
And they killed him.
Drag out. And Wreckful was like, fuck this guy! Fuck this guy! Like,
Yeah.
that's what it's about. If that's what World of Warcraft arenas were about, they'd be popular today. If it
I
wasn't
agree.
about this, everyone's fucking happy.
I agree.
Let's play the fucking dampening and, you know, keep your fucking hands up your butt crack. Like, that's what fucking gaming is about to me. And you say that it makes it better if we all just tiptoe around each other and it, you know.
Well, I think you should leave it to the players to start that fucking
Sure,
drama.
that is not
leave it to
what
the
it.
fucking
That's what
players.
not creates. That's what not creates the. That's not what creates the fucking hype. It's about the competition. It's about the passion. That's what it's about.
I think you should just leave it to the players to create that drama. Don't do it yourself. Like, you just
But I'm a player. I'm a.
That was very well said by the Pancrat. That it is about passion and love and so on to this game. Asmon and those streamers are in completely different league. I agree, they are professionals.
What can I do for you? Keep.
Who do it? Who do this? Because it is easy money for them, easy job. And they want to sit on their thrones unchallenged. Like any establishment. Establishment never criticize anything. They want everything remain the same, where they sit on the throne. That's why everything must be fun, and you must not be toxic, and you must not criticize anything. You will just have to be very happy to the current situation where the establishment is on the throne. You must be very happy of it. Period. That's all what you must do. You must be very happy. And of that Asmongold, it is totally clear to see. By this method, ape drama, ape method. Other than that, he criticized Blizzard a lot. Yes, that is what he does, but it is like Asmon's trade. People like to pass Blizzard. Asmon do that also, and people like it, and Asmon profits. It is that kind of chain. There were so little folks at Iron Force that I will have to go check if I can finally finish the quest at Dead Mines. People give some respect for private server people. They have embraced this vanilla World of Warcraft. They are not playing this game because there are those achievements to be done, like world's first, this and that. Method and those people play this game because of that. Maybe even Asma plays this game because here's achievements, and this is a game of the month, flavor of the month for him. When he when he finishes all this content, what here is, he will most probably go to retire. And when a new expansion comes to retail, Asmongold will play it a lot, no matter how bad that expansion is, because there is the money. The waivers are there. But yeah, it is nice entertainment. That was, by the way, the word I was looking for. Viihde, entertainment. It was fine entertainment. This. Event. I'm so very tired.
Need more punch.
That was a little bit waste of good raids. Can I avoid that? Yeah. Come here.
Rage.
Guatemala. Finally. Took me maybe 2 days. After I came here first time. This was so kept. What my heart's gonna say.
Not enough rage. I can't do that. Not enough. Not ready yet. Need. Too far away.
Legendary dead mines. I would give like anything if I could count this place like I would have never ever been here before. All completely new. No, it does. Become calm here. Not anymore that populated like it was in the first days of launch. Now it was epic, it was epic. As well made more videos because it will never happen again, or at least it will take time before it can happen. And if it ever happen again, I will be there to re-experiencing it. Let's go see if the
Too far away.
rare mob is here. Seems it is not. Big bird. Was it?
Fucking player? Why? I don't view myself as this fucking like entity. I'm not a fucking entity. I've been making videos for 3 fucking months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's true. But there's a difference between like, yeah, I play basketball at my local gym and I'm Michael Jordan, right? Like, I mean, that's what you're saying. They're completely different things. I get what you're saying, but like, I should leave it to the people that are playing that match to shit talk the other person in that match, rather than adding more bullshit to it that they don't need to deal with.
I don't know. I mean, kind of, but I man, whatever, man. If people want to say whatever the fuck they want to, whatever they want to say, I don't care. Like, yeah. I don't think like, oh, you're only allowed to talk shit if you're in the actual match.
Hello.
Whatever. If you're a fan on the fucking site, you're supposed to say whatever the hell you want. I'm a fan on the fucking side, and this is my opinion. I've been dealing with these fucking these retail players coming into my YouTube comments for fucking ever, talking shit about private server people, talking shit about the community, saying how trash we are, and how when Classic releases, we're gonna get fucking wrecked by Method, and when Classic releases, you know, we think we're gonna do all this shit, but like we're actually fucking trash, and all this bullshit. And I just felt like, holy fuck, this is vindication. We wrecked the world first, we wrecked world first level, we wrecked world first Ragnaros as a community. It's a private server community, and good for us. Let's fucking relish in the victory. That's literally it.
I totally agree. I think that this is, yes.
Yes, it is we. You're chat spamming we ? Yes, 100%. It's fucking we. It's the private server community. 100%. It's fucking we.
I'm pretty sure it's just the people that competed. I mean,
well, yeah, of course. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the more general point of people with, you know, the actual dynamic that's been going on between both communities.
I feel like videos like this are why the dynamic exists. That's exactly that. They're why the dynamic exists entirely. And it seems to me like you might say that you like the shit talking, right, or whatever, but it sure doesn't seem like you like people shit talking private servers. It doesn't seem that way at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's different people, right? This is targeted at the people who did think like that. That's what it is. And I literally pinned a comment in the fucking, on the video where it says, like, this is for all the people who've been constantly shit talking the private server world. That's pretty much all it's about. And I don't know, I don't really think like I have anything else to say, really. Like, I feel like I've made my piece.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's okay, man. Well, I do really appreciate you coming on and talking about it. I mean, like, one way or another, I mean, like, regardless of like this video or like how I feel about this video, you've made a lot of great content recently, and you've done a lot of great videos, and, you know, I just hate to see something like this, you know, affect people's opinion of you. And I can understand, you know, your point, and I agree with, like, the philosophy of your point, but also I think that hopefully you can see my perspective as well.
And you know what? If those people have a negative opinion, I mean, those people weren't going to show up in my...
What was Asmo's perspective? I didn't get it. There was nothing. There was no perspective. There was nothing. There was just nothing. His so-called perspective was hidden in disguise of server of classic community. It was like united classic community. It was disguised in that his perspective, and his perspective was that he wanted to sit on the throne, and Method and so on, they are part of his court. And things are good as long as it remains so, the establishment. That was his perspective. All that United Classic community is just bullshit. Where was that United community before this vanilla private server community people did the world's first? Asmon almost said that they are stupid, that they are degenerates who just can't. There is no hope for them ever to be professional players. There is no hope for. Let's be real. Those damn stupid phrases, cliches. Let's be real here. Like people say, let's be real here. Like Asmongold often say, let's be real here. It means like that. If I say so, my view is that 100% right and correct, mature, insightful, wise and intelligent view. And everything else is just rubbish. Let's be real here. Let's be real here. So stupid. All of those kind of things are smoke and mirrors which are used to hide certain things and make other things more enjoyable to accept. Let's be real here. Let's look at one more time.
Video, like why is it toxic?
Well, I would say that it's
It is
toxic.
not here.
You can say negative things about them that aren't necessarily entirely true, which you know are not entirely true. And it's okay.
Like, I don't know
Let's be
why
real.
you would try to say that. I mean, to compare, like, the amount, like, the level of skill and how good somebody is in Method versus the top private server players, they're just big fish in a small pond. Like, the actual high-end players that are really good at this game, like, they wouldn't even hold a candle to anybody that's, like, in Method. Right, they're not even remotely close.
Ragnaros right now is about 2%, 1%, and will die very shortly.
My
For
brand's sake.
A world's first.
My goodness.
Ragnaros kill. By the Guild Apes.
Let's be real.
Because they're a big organization, and you're doing it under the guise also of thinking that you're promoting other people and helping them out by
This is
creating.
fucking America, dude.
Like, I mean, that's what you're saying. It's completely, they're completely different things. I get what you're saying, but like, you should leave it to the people that are playing that match to shit talk the other person in that match, rather than adding more bullshit to it that they don't need to deal with.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, kind of, but I man, whatever, man. If people want to say whatever the fuck they want to, whatever they want to say, I don't care. Like, I don't think like, oh, you're only allowed to talk shit if you're in the actual match. Whatever. If you're a fan on the fucking site, you're supposed to say whatever the hell you want. I'm a fan on the fucking side, and this is my opinion. I've been dealing with these fucking these retail players coming into my YouTube comments for fucking ever, talking shit about private server people, talking shit about the community, saying how trash we are, and how when Classic releases, we're gonna get fucking wrecked by Method, and when Classic releases, you know, we think we're gonna do all this shit, but like we're actually fucking trash and all this bullshit. And I just felt like, holy fuck, this is vindication. We wrecked the world first. We wrecked world first level. We wrecked world first Ragnaros as a community. It's a private server community, and good for us. Let's fucking relish in the victory. That's literally it.
I totally agree. I think that this is, yes.
Yes, it is we. You're chat spamming we question mark. Yes, 100%. It's fucking we. It's the private server community. 100%. It's fucking we.
I'm pretty sure it's just the people that can.
Oh,
I mean,
well, yeah, of course. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the more general point of people with, you know, the actual dynamic that's been going on between both communities.
I feel like videos like this are why the dynamic exists. That's exactly that. They're why the dynamic exists entirely. And it seems to me like you might say that you like the shit talking, right, or whatever, but it sure doesn't seem like you like people shit talking private servers. Doesn't seem that way at all.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's different people, right? This is targeted at the people who did think like that. That's what it is. And I literally pinned a comment in the fucking, on the video where it says, like, this is for all the people who've been constantly shit talking private server world, but that's pretty much all it's about. And I don't know, I don't really think like I have anything else to say, really. Like, I feel like I've made my piece.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's okay, man. Well, I do really appreciate you coming on and talking about it. I mean, like, one way or another, I mean, like, regardless of, like, this video or, like, how I feel about this video, you've made a lot of great content recently, and you've done a lot of great videos, and, you know, I just hate to see something like this, you know, affect people's opinion of you. And I can understand, you know, your point, and I agree with, like, the philosophy of your point, but also I think that hopefully you can see my perspective as well.
And you know what? If those people have a negative opinion, I mean, those people weren't going to show up in my stream or support me anyways. Like, I'm targeting my demographic, and hopefully my demographic backs me up, and that's what I care about. Like, I'm not here to appeal to, you know, Zoomers and Special Olympus 4. Like,
how do you
I'm
know
sorry.
you're not already?
Well, I might be, but that's pretty much my opinion. And, you know, those people were going to support me anyways. So why would I go out of my way and bend over backwards to appeal to those people when I have the people who actually like me, like my content, like my perspective? Those are the people that are going to support me. So those are the people that I'm going to fight for. It's like, you know, you fight for your constituents, I guess, in a certain way.
Well, I get that. I understand that. I think that, like, I mean, before I even looked at the video had a number of dislikes on it already, right? And people said they had unsubbed. Well, people said, like, they had unsubbed from your channel. So I think that...
Yeah, it's not the first time.
No, it's not. But what I'm saying is that I think that it's not a unanimous thing that everybody in your channel and everything thinks this is a great idea, or in your fighting.
100%.
So 100%. It's not entirely fair for you to say that either.
No, but that's exactly my point. My strategy has always been amass, you know, a big pool, be relatively mainstream, but then try to target a specific demographic.
No, it's the same with me. Like, I made a video where I thought they should get rid of LFR, and wow.
And,
like,
honestly, one more thing, yeah, sorry, just to piggyback, there's a lot of people that also dislike you, you know, and you're not...
Trust me, no, you're preaching to the choir.
Bending over backwards to, you know...
No, and I don't think that I should, and I even sometimes I go out of my way to piss them off too, right? And I'll be the first person to admit that, but I don't necessarily think that's like good, right? It's just kind of like who I am. I can admit that's like not always a great idea to do. Okay, well there you go. I think that's the same thing. I mean, like, I've had to deal with this same fucking problem with like people who are, you know, angry about like my opinions in like retail, and I said to like spit on people that bought store mounts and stuff like that.
There you fucking go, dude.
Yeah, well, you know, and I stand by that too. And
I stand by everything I said.
Okay, well, that's fine. At the end of the day, I mean, I think it's important that people can go out and say what they're going to say. Hopefully you can see where I'm coming from, though, in terms of, like, especially, like, creating animosity and, you know, just, like, drama and everything like that. And I think that it's really just, like, an opinion of, like, what do you want to do with your time and your videos and your channel, right? And, like, if that's what you want to do, then fucking do it. You know, I hate to say that, like, I think you shouldn't make the video, but I would never say that you can't. Okay?
Sure.
I think 100%. That's a point where we can agree.
And I don't focus on making videos.
That was so totally brain dead comment by Asmo Cult again. He is not saying, he would never say, or whatever he said, that he would never say to Pankrat that don't do that video. Well, that's very wise if you don't say so, because probably Warcraft would not. He will do it anyway, no matter what Asmongold say. Which I a little bit doubt because Asmongold really seemed to be influential player. So maybe he would have power so much over Pankrat will just not do it. When Asmongold say that, don't do that video. And again, the agenda that Asmongold want to stay in the throne is shown here by Asmongold saying that you should have not done it. Why not? There is no reason.
It was like this. This was just one video.
Yeah.
To like push the, to like stick it in. It was just one video to stick it in. The next video is probably just gonna be a normal fucking yo guys, punk out another video. So.
No, that's the
it
exact
is.
same perspective I have. I mean, like again, like
What can I do for
is,
you?
Like, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Like this is the same shit that I used to deal with all the time in retail. Like I think that it's different in a way, but it's also
See you soon.
The philosophy of it is the same. So again, man, thanks for coming on and talking about it. And whether we agree or disagree on this, I don't want this to take away from the fact that I do like your content a lot. And overall, I think you make a lot of really great informative videos. So thanks for that.
Thank you. And
now he gave a hint that I don't think that this will affect how I view your videos. He hid that a little bit. He left to not say that it will affect. But okay, enough for me really much. I am very tired and this is just fucking stupid stuff. Make better drama.